Dennis.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. Taj Walton's off to a great start. What was the big thing coming off of last season you wanted him to work on to get better?
I mean, Taj works at his game all the time. So, I mean, it wasn't just one specific thing. I think since we've gotten here, he's improved on his focus and concentration with the deep balls. I think that was, one of the things that we wanted to improve on. And I think so far, with the amount of touches and the yards that he's gotten, I think he's 5 catches, 3 of them are touchdowns. I think, he's seeing the proof in his work.
What's been your assessment of the young guys?
I think they've all, when they've gotten in there, had their moments to do some good things. Obviously, we want to try to continue to create roles and opportunities for those guys to get out on the field.
How about Deuce in particular?
Last week was a good week for him. He got a chance to get in the end zone for the first time in his college career, so he was pretty excited about that. And like I said, we want to continue to create more opportunities to get those guys in there. That's the good thing about having young guys that are coming in ready to play right now. That they challenge the older guys, so it continuously keeps competition going in the range.
When you have a group as deep as yours, I don't know if challenge is the right word, because surely it could be worse, but just what kind of challenges do you face as a coach to try to figure out what guys to get in, what guys to take out, and figure out the rotation?
That is a struggle at times. I'm not even going to sit here and try to sugarcoat that. You have from off of your film study and what you see them do, you have a handful of things that they do extremely well. So obviously, with those plays, you want to try to put that guy in there that's really good at that. So I mean, a lot of times that's kind of how we match it up and how we try to go with it. All of them have their own unique skill sets, but we try to put them in situations where they do this continuously well and they have a lot of confidence in that particular assignment that you're going to put them in.
With the room being as deep as it is it important to have maybe a priority or number 1 wide receiver?
I mean, that depends on who you ask. I would like all of them to be, to think of themselves as the number 1 wide receivers. So when they go out there, their routes and the way they play demands the football.
With Zachariah, how would you assess his speed compared to some wide receivers you've seen, and sort of like how do you go about trying to work him in or seeing where he fits best in terms of from a wide receiver?
I mean, there's a handful of plays that we have Zach personnel on, but obviously the speed thing is something he was uniquely genetically gifted and blessed with, and he utilizes that after he touches the ball. So I mean, it's there's a handful of plays that we try to work him in on, and then we allow him to showcase his talent, and that's one thing that we preach with all of the receivers. Is catching the ball is your job. That's the reason why you're here. What you do with it after the catch increases your opportunities to touch it.
Is there a moment for him in terms where you kind of saw that speed or realized that in person when you look back to where you first got here or anything like that?
I mean, we knew he was fast when we recruited him. I mean, the first time we saw him, you could see that.
What challenges do you anticipate from Stanford secondary and so?
They're smart. They're a smart group. You have some guys that's got some playing experience over there. Obviously, they're long guys, so I mean they're going to pose a challenge when they try to walk up on you and pressure. So.
How do you feel like the group through 2 weeks has responded to the amount of snaps they individually have or have not played?
Well, I think we got a very close group, and I mean I think they all cheer for each other and want each other to do well. Now, if you ask them individually, I mean of course all of them came here and they want to play every down, but I think understanding that hey, the guy that's coming in behind me or the guy that's in front of me, is earned the right to play and is making plays when they're out there. I think all of them are okay with that. So, I mean, I don't think it's, thus far it hadn't really been any issues. The ball's been spread around and, you've seen a lot of guys catch touchdowns and a lot of guys catch balls. So, I mean, as long as, I think it would be different if you had a guy out there that necessarily maybe not making plays. But as long as all of them are making plays, I hadn't had a real issue with guys complaining about snaps or rep time.
So, Mark, how do you instill that kind of culture? I think Brendan tweeted that like anyone in this wide receiver room could be a number 1 guy at any school, but it seems like it takes some humbleness to kind of be okay with watching your other teammates take the spotlight every week.
Well, I wouldn't say I generate that culture. I think that's college athletics now. That's pro athletics. I mean, you look at NBA basketball, you know, with the Dream Team and, you know, with, you know, the Big Three. I mean, great players want to play with great players. And, you know, they help each other on the practice field, cheer for each other in games, and make plays with and compete with each other throughout the game. So I think that's just, you know, I think that's just the way the game is kind of trending.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.